Okay, today what we're going to be talking about is the volume and surface area of cylinders. You'll need the supplies you'll need: the net of a cylinder, map pencil, glue stick, and scissors. Push pause, get these items, and then you can hit play again. Okay, so you should have your net of a cylinder cut out. Now what I'd like you to do is I want you to shade and label your bases. Okay. As you can see, I labeled my base and I shaded it green. Okay. And the other base, top and bottom. And remember that a cylinder looks like a soup can. And when you, or it could be like a Pringles can. And it has the top lid and it has the bottom is a circle. So the figure, make sure you write this down. The figure that we're talking about is a cylinder. The bases are circles. And the face is a rectangle. And if you notice right here, this face is a rectangle. And it's also considered the lateral. Okay, so faces are also considered laterals. Okay, meaning the sides. So the first thing you want to do when finding volume, again, if you look at your formula chart, the underneath cylinders and volume, go ahead and take a minute, flip back to your formula chart and look at volume for cylinders. Okay, you should have noticed that volume of a cylinder is the same formula that we have been using. The area of the base times the height of the cylinder, or the height, which means the distance between the two bases. So the first thing we have to do is we have to find the area of the base. And the base is a circle. So you need to push pause, you need to look at your area formulas, and you need to look for the formula for circle. Okay, so you should have found that the area of the circle is, hang on, got a pencil there. The area equals pi, which is 3.14, times the radius squared. Okay, and remember, over here, this is our radius. It's the distance from the center of the circle to one end. That's the radius. The diameter is what goes all the way across. Okay, so this, if you look up top, this is the diameter, and halfway is the radius. And the radius is what we need. So we're just going to substitute our numbers that we have, which 3.14 for pi, and times radius squared, and so the radius is 5 squared. So you, at this time, need to go ahead, push pause, and work out this problem. Raise your hand and let Miss Ricky or I check your work. Now that one of us has checked your work, you're going to take the answer that you got for area and you are going to substitute that answer for your capital B, and then you are going to multiply it times the height. The height, remember, in this case is the distance between the two bases, and that distance, if you notice right here, they give it to you, which is 12. So now you're going to multiply the area of the base, that's the answer that you got over here, and times 12. Once you have done that, push pause, let Miss Ricky or I check your work on your paper, and then you will be able to go on. Okay, so now we're going to talk about surface area. And remember what surface area is. It's the area that a three-dimensional figure, when laid out on its net, covers. Okay? It's kind of like if you take a soup can. It's the metal part, the bottom of the soup can, and the top of the soup can, and the label, okay, or the metal part. If you took the label off of a soup can, you would see that it was a rectangle. It's the area of each one of these, the base, the two bases, plus the face. And if you notice, when you take, and I would like for you to take your cylinder and kind of stand it up on its base and make it look like a cylinder. And notice that when you do that, these sides have to form around this. And when you talk about the outside of a circle, okay, what do we call that? If you don't remember, it's kind of like we call the perimeter, but it starts with a C because this is a circle, and that's called the circumference. Okay, that's called the circumference. And that is the formula that we're going to use with surface area. So if you had flipped to your surface area part and you looked for the formula for cylinder, you would find that it said S equals 2 pi RH. Okay, 2 pi, this pi RH, 2 pi RH. That is giving you the radius, okay? I'm sorry, not the radius. That's giving you the circumference around 2 of the bases, okay? And kind of like we did with perimeter. And the formula for circumference is this 2 pi r. And then, of course, h, which is the height of the cylinder, or the distance between the two bases. Then we add 2 times pi r squared. And this is because we have two bases. And remember yesterday we had 2 times the capital B. This is your capital B right here. Pi r squared. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to substitute our numbers and we're going to multiply. So go ahead and do that now. So that would be 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times the radius, which is 5, times the height, which is 12, plus 2 times 3.14, I'm running out of room here, times the radius, which is 5, and I don't know if you can see that, and then it's squared. Okay, now work that out and then have Miss Ricky or I look at it. Okay, you should have 2 other figures. Here's figure 2, and there should be another figure, and I'll put that in there. Okay, so now you have a picture of figure 2 right here and figure 3. Make sure to label the bases, shade them in, and then I want you to find the volume and surface area of each one. Once you have done that, raise your hand and Miss Ricky or I will come around and check it.